of this discussion. Thank you so much, Mr. Qilishe. Let's talk about the challenges particularly. Let's start there, which you're faced as a province, particularly within your department. I mean, if my numbers are correct there, approximately 8.6 billion rand. That's the number just in total in terms of the loss from revenue collection. What do you as a department and a province attribute this, according to your research and investigation?
Yes, you see, we anticipated this from the beginning. So what we did was to put monitoring systems at the department, where municipalities would report about their monthly revenue performance. So from the data that we have collated, it becomes apparent that municipalities have lost revenue at the average of 2 billion per month. I mean, from March, when the outbreak of COVID and the lockdown started. In fact, in April, starting from April, because the effect started to be felt in April. In April, they lost about 2.6 billion. I mean, the municipalities of Gauteng collectively. And again, in May, they lost about 2.4 billion. Now, in June, 2.2 billion. And in July, 2 billion. So we're still waiting for the August figures.
No.
But the situation does seem to be improving slightly with the opening of the economy,
right,
and also with the ease of the lockdown.
But I also understand, I mean, from just the briefing that we've heard from MEC Lebogang Maile, he seemed to have taken quite a stern stance that official office bearers will need to be more transparent when it comes to funds and management of funds within the department, within the province. How do you plan on ensuring that there's more transparency?
Yes, that is correct. This is our immediate concern, the financial management and viability of our municipalities. So we're looking at in fact, this problem started before COVID, because quite a number of municipalities were struggling already. So we had to put in place support measures to help those municipalities that are facing difficulties. And clearly, some of the problems can still be avoided. Municipalities need to optimize their revenue enhancement programs or revenue enhancement intervention, and also debt management as well, because you find that a lot of money has not been collected by the municipalities, either from the consumers, from the domestic consumers, or from business. So we were strengthening. We have sent a team, a multidisciplinary team of revenue enhancement specialists to municipalities.
It's interesting, Mr. Qilishe, it's interesting that you mentioned debt management, and I want to come to that before we run out of time. Which municipalities within the province have you identified that pose a greater challenge? And, which are you then going to place more of a specific, special attention to ensure that that debt management crisis, rather, is, of course, dealt with?
Yeah, you see, what is interesting with the revenue loss, although the metros were hard hit, but we find that the metros are the ones that are able to pay their creditors. So it's the small municipalities that are struggling. In our case, municipalities that are in a safer zone are the metros, and then you have Lisedi, and you have Lisedi and Midval amongst the small municipalities. The rest of the municipalities are definitely struggling to pay their creditors or to manage their debtors.
All right, Mr. Qilishe, that's where we'll leave it. Thank you so much for joining us.